Hi guys, I'm back from Everett, Washington, and I went to see Steam Powered Giraffe. Anyway, so I'm gonna have a table of contents below for Tumblr and for YouTube, of all the content and special interests coming for brass goggles and make believe. So stay tuned for those. First I want to give shout out to my family members who I met. I met Quincy on the way to see Rabbit, and it was amazing. I met Astrophibity, who danced with me to Abney Park. It was amazing. Goat Herder, who had socks for Michael, and she was very sweet, and she helped me find my wallet when I left behind, which was an idiotic move of me. Yay. And I met Haley, whom I didn't recognize at first, but from Giraffe Chat. Hey girl, it was so cool meeting you. And then suddenly a wild fangirl, who was the funniest girl in the line. I swear, she was so sweet. And it was fun. It was just fun standing with her. And Mike Ryder, who filmed me doing Captain Alba Alexander, link right here. Check it out. It's a very cool video. Well, I like it, and it made me feel really happy to have done it. And Lori, who stood next to me, and another girl who sat next to me for the concert, whom I don't remember the name of. She was very sweet, and she dealt with me, and it was nice of her to just, endure. But yeah, shout out to those guys. Okay, like I said, I did the whole this one it was a great line, great family. Everyone was singing. I did Captain Alba Alexander. We did the Steamboat Shenanigans kick. I did the Wimmy Bay, and when we sang Brass Goggles, which was amazingly fun. And it was just a great line. I was there from 2 o'clock to the show, so about 5 hours. Totally worth it. I was right in the front of the line with a bunch of really cool people. Super great to meet everybody. And Astrophibity, I love you, Gabe. I just love you, baby. I love you. Anyway, so, category, Beth and James Riley. I met the Rileys. So, I was outside in line, and they drove up in their car, and I said, Beth, because I had my flowers with me, right, to give to the band. I made them gifts. And she says, oh, and I'm like, here's your flower. And she comes, and she's like, and she does just the cutest little hug. She doesn't say a word. James has already gone and such, so I can't really get him his. He got his eventually. Everyone did. But, so I gave her flower, and she was the sweetest thing. It was so nice to meet her. And, it was so funny, because when I got inside, I went to the Merc table, where they were selling the photographs, and I was like, Beth, I got $10. I want Rabbit. And she's like, which one do you want? I'm like, just give me the sexiest one you have. And James is like, oh, that one's mine. And this is the one I got. Yes, it's signed. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So yeah, I met the Rileys, and they were absolutely fantastic, and I took a picture with them, because they're very sweet people, and not a very good one because my camera sucks, which is ironic, because they're amazing at photography. So, there's that. And, yeah, all that jazz. Then, okay, the category that I'm going to talk about next is Matt and Mike. I met the humans out in the line as well. They'd come out, they'd been out a couple times before I got there, but, they're absolutely beautiful in person, by the way. Of course, they're super sweet, super patient. But yeah, they came out. They were looking for some socks from Michael, which Goat Herder provided. Well done, Goat Herder. And I kept my cool. I didn't freak out or anything. My legs were shaking because it's them. But my voice was steady. I was chill. Maybe that's smiling, I guess. I don't know. But I gave Mike my flower, and he was like, "Oh, thank you." And I gave Matt his flower. I almost gave him Brianna's, which was stupid. But then I gave Matt the right one. And I asked for a double hug, and everyone's like, oh, they're such good huggers, but I didn't gauge that because I was just so happy to have them with me there, just for that moment, and I got a hug. And then I took a picture of me and Michael with this, and he recognized me, actually, as Muppet Molly, because he said, oh, you're all over YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I was, and I told him I got rid of my comments, and he was like, you know what, why'd you do that? And I'm like, because people were they didn't like them, there was people thinking they were annoying, and he was like, you know what, just do what you want. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. It's fine. And I was just like, you know what? Yeah. So thank you, Michael, for the reassurance that everyone else had been giving me. But it was sweet of you to say so. And every single time he saw me, he would just be like, thank you for my flower. Thank you so much. And he was walking around with it, and he took a picture with me, a couple. And Matt was super sweet. They were both adorable, and patient, and wonderful. It was very nice to meet them both. Yeah, those guys. And okay, secondly, I met Steve Negrete. He was working, yes. I met him when I was running into the building to go get my seat. Like, we went into the theater, and I was running down to the bottom to get a good seat. But when I passed him, I shouted, hey, Steve! And he said, hi. And I sat second row because the front one was reserved. Sat in the middle of the second row, right in front, perfect seats. Oh, and so I went back and I was like, oh, holy crap, that's Steve Negrete. I'm gonna go get a picture. Even though he's working, I know I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have been bugging him, but I did because he was amazing and super sweet. So I got a picture of him, and he was like this on my shoulder, which was hilarious, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. My cousin got a better one, but I fixed the quality, and it's a good photo, and I was really happy to meet him, and I went back and I got some merchandise again, which I'll tell you about a bit more, and I had him sign the live album for me, which he didn't have to do, but he did, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Steve, and it was so cool to meet you. And I got a great picture of little Steve, with Steve like posing in the background. It was very cool. And did I say thank you for the fan who bought me these? A random fan in line bought me these. I only had $20 for the one CD and a photograph, and I wanted 2 more. And she was like, I can get those for you. And I was like, are you sure? I don't think you should. Oh my gosh. But she's like, yeah, it's no problem. And she bought me 2 CDs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know who you were, but you were amazing. Anyway. So yeah, I met Steve, and he was super nice, and I had him sign that, and, yeah, he was just a nice guy, and, okay, yeah, that was that. Category, Paige. I met Paige, and, I went upstairs to get, my photograph from the Rileys, and she didn't recognize me. I just said, hi, did you get my flowers? She's like, no, I was getting my makeup on, I was busy, sorry, and I went back downstairs. I went back up, and she saw me, and she said, Muppet Molly, right? And I'm like, yes, that's me, yay! And, so yeah, she was super sweet, and she recognized me, and I'm sorry that I took so long getting my money figured out for the merchandise that I bought, but she was really patient with me, and I really appreciated it. She was absolutely sweetheart, and she was gorgeous. And category after her, I guess, I met Bunny. Bunny was up there the second time I went to get some merchandise. I wasn't supposed to meet most of these people because I'm not a VIP, but I got to meet Bunny, and I kept my cool. My heart was pounding like mad, but I was chill on the surface. I had my photo from the Rileys, thank goodness, and I said, Bunny, do you mind? And she's like, not at all, and she took it from me, and her goggles looked amazing, by the way, and her makeup was wonderful, absolutely beautiful. And I wormed my way up to her, and she had signed it Rabbit, as adorably as she could, and I said, thank you so much, it was very good to meet you, and I held out my hand, and we shook hands, and I said, break a leg, and that's all I could think of to say, and it was just like, she gave me a smile, and her hands were so cool, covered with makeup, and it was very cool to see, and she was absolutely adorable, and very sweet. And I couldn't help but thinking of the Sistine Chapel, you know, when they're like touching like the hands, which is stupid, I know, but Bonnie Bennett is one of my heroes, and very inspirational to me. And I have a list: people, Johnny Depp, Darren Criss, Kermit the Frog, Bonnie Bennett. I met Bonnie Bennett. Dream come true. She was absolutely amazing, and it was wonderful to meet her. She's so real. Okay, so now the show. I didn't meet Hatchworth or the Spine because, you know, they're backstage being busy. But yeah, the show. It was amazing. Abney Park killed it. It was so cool. Like, I didn't really know who they were. Like, out in the line, I'd seen them, and I didn't know who they were. I thought they were just fans because they kind of blend in. But they're dressed so much cooler. And I waved to Captain Robert when he was going backstage, and he waved back, and he was a super nice guy. It was an amazing show. And eventually people started getting up in the audience and dancing in front, like right in front of the stage, kind of blocking the view. So instead of complaining, my philosophy was more, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. So I grabbed Astro 50, love you girl, and we went up and danced to Abney Park for a while. And they were amazing. Their violinist, superb. Captain Robert, amazing. They had a belly dancer whom I just fell in love with. Like, I don't know. She was beautiful. Their female singer is absolutely amazing. Jody was awesome, and all of it, just them, their whole act. Captain Robert killed it on his accordion. It was so cool. Oh, I'm gonna buy some of their CDs. I didn't really like them before, but now I'm like, they're amazing. So I'm gonna get some CDs. Okay. Now the show. Team Power Giraffe. Paige, you were hilarious, and you were so good with all your bits, and we loved you. Those were great add-ons. The intro to the show was amazing, and Paige was just, she was so in it, and she's such a talent, and she made it, she was hilarious. All her bits were hilarious. No spoilers, but she was amazing. And the intro was flawless. The spine, of course, was amazing. David was feeling better, so his voice was more on par. But Bunny was sick. I had no idea. She sounded amazing. Sam, his movements are getting so good. Like, it's like he's been doing this the whole time. It's amazing to watch him now. He's absolutely flawless, and he's got his own style going on, and he shudders, and he does that shake thing that he does, and he kicks like he marches, and it's amazing. It's so cool to watch him do his thing. And then Michael, of course, was absolutely radiant the whole time, and shredded on every instrument he had. And did this funny Falcon Punch thing at one point, which made Matt crack up, and I was just laughing my face off. And Matt, his drum solo and brass goggles was amazing for one, and just his voice. They asked us to sing along for Prelude to a Dream and Make Believe, which we do, but I stopped during Prelude to a Dream because Matt was singing with Michael. And he sounded amazing, and I was just like, I knew he could sing because, you know, he told me he could, but it was amazing. He's absolutely a beautiful voice, and him and Michael sounded flawless together, and Michael did such a good job. Okay, I want to tell you a bit about Prelude to a Dream and Make Believe. Okay, so Michael gets like front center stage doing his thing with his awesome, beautiful guitar, and I didn't have my kazooka phone, so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to party for this? So, when the chorus comes along, it's la 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 la. So I'm like, la 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 la. I'm starting to do my arms like that. Like, I'm in the front row, people can see me. I don't know if I started it, but Michael, I'm looking at Michael as the chorus is going like that, and his face, he looks up and his face just lights up. And he nods to James, who's taking pictures like a genius. And James turns around, so I turn around. The whole audience is moving their arms like that, and it's so cool. And I was just like, oh, so cool. This is the next time it happens. And Michael kills it with his solo and just kills it. It's awesome. And Rabbit tells it like it is, and it's amazing. And the second time the chorus comes around, Michael nods to James. James turns around and starts taking pictures of the audience. And it was the coolest, for me, it was the coolest part of the show. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. And they did Hatch Fever, which is my favorite song, and I love Hatch Fever. Sam said it amazing, it was beautiful. And he holds those notes, man, you know, it's amazing. A lot of new improv, a lot of new bits, a lot of Walter Girl, Paige, and she was amazing. And all the new bits were flawless and hilarious. I loved them all. And they did the Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West bit. You know what I'm talking about. But that song, whenever they did that before, that song played in my head. And I'm like, finally they're singing it. And it was so funny. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so then it got to the end. We're winding down. Oh, and Honeybee. Bunny asked us to sing because she wasn't doing so hot, I guess. But she sounded fine. I thought she sounded fantastic. But, so we were singing with her. And, which was amazing to do. Because I didn't sing otherwise. I didn't sing along unless they asked me to. Because I don't. I'm here to hear them. But it was beautiful. And she did amazing, and it was beautiful, and Hatchworth's, and everyone, the Spines, all their harmonies, it was beautiful, and it sounded amazing. Well done, Steve. So, it's winding down, and all the new stuff before AAH was hilarious, so good on them. Beautiful stuff. So we're winding down Brass Goggles. The Spine says, I think we got time for one more, and I know it's Brass Goggles. So I'm sitting in the front, I say, like an idiot, like a rude audience member, I say, can we stand up for this one? And the Spine says, stand up? Oh, I think we should sit down. So, David sits down, Bunny sits down, and Sam lies on his side, posing like that. There should be pictures. James ran up and just went crazy, and apparently Beth says they're good. So hopefully we get to see good ones of it. And at first I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But now I'm like, thank God I said that, because that's hilarious. And Sam was like, I wish Leonardo DiCaprio was here to draw me. And I'm just like, oh, that references. Oh, it was so cool. And Pascal sounds amazing. And the encore, Fire, the it was just really well done, flawless. And I said, someone said, I love you, Rabbit, and I'm like, we love you too, the spine. And then Hatchworth was like, we love you, Hatchworth. And of course all the audience was like, oh, Hatchworth, we love you, Sam, we love you. It was very funny. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But yeah, that happened. And time of my life. I met my heroes. I met Bunny. I met Steve, Mike, Matt, Beth and James, Paige. And oh, it was wonderful. I got hugs, and it was one of the best days I've ever had. Anyway, so yeah, that was my trip. I'm gonna have some photos below, hopefully, for Tumblr. And thank you, Val, or whomever started this, for doing this for us. Because it ended, I walked to the exit, I gave her a hug, said, well done, Steve. He's like, yeah, thanks, guys. And I walked out, and it was it. And it was amazing. Everything is sounding better and better, and I'm sorry, I'm just rambling now. I'm sorry, I don't want to end it, because that means it's over, and, you know. But yeah, I had a blast. I had a really good time. And they all got flowers from me, and I hope they like them. Anyway, yeah, that's my experience. Steam Powered Giraffe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.